Coming up right now on SUTV News, SHIP opens its doors to new students.
And Turkey Day is right around the corner. We'll talk traditions.
It's all right now. Hello and thanks for joining us on SUTV News. I'm Holly Harrer.
And I'm Laquan Chapman. The university is looking forward to opening its doors to new students this weekend. This Saturday, SHIP will host its fall open house for families and potential new students to get a taste of what SHIP has to offer. The day begins at 8:30 a.m. with breakfast in the SHIP Rec, followed by several information sessions throughout the day. Students can check out residence halls and the campus in general, as well as meet with deans and current students. The Borough of Shippensburg and the downtown organizations Investing Together, or Do It, are hosting the annual Dickens Day Holiday Parade tomorrow night. The theme of the parade honors the 50th anniversary of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Prizes will be awarded by a panel of judges to the floats and groups that showcase the theme the best. The parade will advance down King Street and end at Prince Street for a tree lighting ceremony. The parade begins at 7 p.m. All members of the community are encouraged to attend.
We all have Thanksgiving traditions, but we all celebrate differently. Sean McFarland learned how some students celebrate Turkey Day.
As cold weather approaches, that means the holiday season is coming upon us. We wanted to catch up with a few SHIP students to see what they had planned for this season.
Usually we just have people from around the states, around PA, come over, our family and friends, and just get together, you know.
But I'm going to work, hopefully. But I'm going to Reading to eat Spanish food.
Like every other Thanksgiving, I go to my grandparents' house or they come to my house. They live in South Carolina.
I just eat a lot.
My family always tries to find somebody that doesn't have someone to celebrate with, and we take them with us, or, you know, sometimes we don't want to do Thanksgiving and we'll go have Chinese, but we always manage to find somebody that doesn't have someone to share Thanksgiving with.
I know that I personally am thankful for my friends and family, but keep in mind those who may not be as fortunate. Sean McFarland, SUTV News.
If you would like to help during this holiday season, donations are always welcome at the local food bank, and SU students can purchase food at the C-store to be donated. From two economies coming together as one to an intense shootout at FSU, John Schaefer is here to bring you this week's world news. John?
Thanks, guys. Here's a look at this week's news from around the world. 5 high school students in Winter Springs, Florida have been identified in the gang rape of a 16-year-old girl. The students, along with the girl, all attend the same school, and 2 of them are known by the victim. Police say before anything becomes final, they want to do a thorough investigation, stating the case is very complex. Police said the rape happened last Thursday between 3 and 5 p.m. after the girl was lured into nearby woods. Residents of the area do not believe the allegations and are claiming nothing like this has ever happened before. Police are taking the allegations seriously, but still have many unanswered questions. Monday marked a milestone for both China and Australia as the two came to an agreement on fair trade. After almost a decade, the two nations have signed a bilateral free trade agreement. The agreement allows Australia to export over 93% of its items tariff-free. The Australian government hopes to contribute heavily to the Chinese market and allow the Chinese to involve themselves with the rising economy of Australia. With these new agreements, China will be able to spread the resources and goods found in Australia and invest in the Australian economy. Time will tell how these two nations favor being a part of each other's economic pursuits. Breaking today, authorities are still investigating a shooting that occurred last night at Florida State University. Police say campus officers confronted one gunman who shot and wounded 3 people at FSU's main library. After an intense shootout with police, the gunman was killed by officers on the scene. Police are still investigating the motive for the shooting, saying the school went on lockdown immediately following gunshots. Students were ordered to take shelter and to be as safe as possible. Those injured are recovering while the rest of campus had their exams and classes canceled for the day today. Well, that's all for your world news this week. Let's send it back to the desk.
Coming up on SUTV News, the Women's Center hosts a talk about male stigmas.
And if you want to get involved on campus but aren't sure how, we have a solution. It's coming up next. Shippensburg University has 180 student-run clubs and organizations on campus. But what if the one club you wanted to join isn't offered? With the right amount of hard work and determination and a few papers to fill out along the way, you can start your own club. Our own Amanda Trevel is in the process of creating an equestrian club and shares some tips on creating a club of your own.
Every college student has heard during their first year orientation about getting involved. But what if the club you're looking for just isn't here? Shippensburg University has a huge range of clubs with 180 student-run groups from ice hockey to the math club or the Pokemon club to our own SUTV. According to Student Senate, you can always start your own club if you don't see the one for you.
If you're interested in creating a new club, you have to fill out a new club petition. Basically, you need 15 signatures of people that would be interested in the club.
Once 15 signatures are collected, you make an executive board. I'm personally in the process of creating my own equestrian team club. A helpful hint is to find people right away for your executive board to help with the process of creating this new club. A campus staff member will also be needed to serve as the club advisor. Advertising is another helpful hint. Create flyers about an interest meeting is one way to meet everyone who would like to join.
You fill out the petition and it gets submitted to me, and then SGAC, which is the Student Groups and Activities Committee, which I'm the chair of, we look at it, we review it. You also turn in a constitution in this process, so we see what your purpose is, what you're going to bring to Shippensburg University. Do we already have a club like you? And then SGAC votes on it. If it gets approved, it goes to the full Senate, and then they vote on it, and then if you get 2/3 vote, it's approved.
Student Senate votes every other week, and students are encouraged to attend these meetings. The process takes between 2 weeks to 1 month to be approved or denied. Once approved, the club must sustain itself for a year without a budget from the university just to see if people are interested and will join. Well, wish me luck. For SUTV, I'm Amanda Trevel.
SHIP encourages students to get involved in any way they can. You can make your suggestion and get more information by contacting Student Senate at ljlog@ship.edu or call 717-477-1651. Students from the Department of Women's and Gender Studies partnered with the Women's Center on Tuesday night for a group discussion on how to be a manzing. Those attending talked about the stigma regarding what people say being a man really is. Students watched Tony Porter's TED Talk, A Call to Men, and learned how men can be placed under pressure to act a certain way in society. Porter explained that attitude can in turn be negative toward women. After the video, questions were raised about similar issues, and the discussion floor was open to topics ranging from crying to catcalls. Students got involved in the discussion by voicing their opinions and sharing personal experiences with the group. Both the department and the Women's Center feel this topic isn't covered enough and want to share more information about male identity.
So basically, we felt it was really important to start talking about healthy masculinity because often it's a piece that's left out of gender studies, and we know the research shows us that a man's mental health is often affected by how, by the code that they're taught, and how that there are very, very strict rules as to how you should act as a man, rigid like.
If you would like to view the TED Talk, visit ted.com/talks and search for A Call to Men.
3 Shippensburg fire companies and the Shippensburg Area Emergencies Medical Services received a $10,000 check today from the university. Jody Harpster, interim president, presented the check to the Cumberland Valley Hose Company, Vigilant Hose Company, and West End Fire and Rescue as a part of their contract to provide emergency services to the university. This is the 10th payment of a 10-year commitment to the support of the service. It was check and mate for the Shippensburg University chess team. The team came in first at the Central New York Open on October 18th and 19th, winning with 14 points. Graduate student On Jonas captured an individual first-place finish, while the new member, David George, scored his first collegiate win in his round 2 game. The team is getting ready for the 2015 state chess tournament in March.
The new Cronum Club is taking over Shippensburg University. Joe Rodriguez has more.
Cronum is a new, fast-paced, action-packed, and unpredictable game that combines elements of soccer, basketball, handball, and rugby. The game is a strategic 10-on-10 contest played in a circular field. A new sport on campus, SUTV caught up with one of the players to learn how he found out about the club.
I met Sawyer Jenkins one day, and he just started talking about Cronum and how I should join. And so I came out and played one day, and I really enjoyed it. It's a lot more complex than most sports. And that element really makes me enjoy it, like the consistent action. There's no timeouts or stuff. Well, there are timeouts, but no stopping. It's difficult to learn. It's completely different. It's a completely different game than like soccer or any of that, but it's a conglomeration of all of them. So, teamwork is essential because you need to know where all your teammates are at all times. Otherwise, the other team can score almost every time. If you are not aware of what your teammates are doing, you will lose indefinitely. It's a 100% team sport. Cronum's a lot of fun to play. It's really easy practices. They don't make you work. They just want to teach you the game, and that's what they're there for. So you really should join. You should join.
From SUTV News, I'm Joe Rodriguez.
The Cronum Club meets every Wednesday at 7 p.m. in the Red Zone. Still to come on SUTV News, Hunter Wolfe has your weekend weather.
And Alexis Hilliard is in the studio with all the new things happening on campus. We'll be right back.
Sunshine and rain, that's what we're looking at for your weekend forecast. Today was pretty breezy, and those gusts are going to continue into tonight. This evening, expect partly cloudy skies with a low of 21. Friday should be the coldest day of the weekend with a high of 32 under partly sunny skies. Those clouds are going to stick around for Friday night with a low of 20. Saturday will clear up a bit with mostly sunny skies and a high of 39. Saturday night, expect those clouds to move in and temperatures to drop to about 31. Enjoy the sunshine while you can because rain is just over the horizon. Sunday has a 60% chance of showers with a high of 53. And those showers are going to continue into the evening with temperatures dropping to around the mid-40s. Showers will continue on Monday with temperatures reaching 59. That rain's going to stick around for Monday night, and skies will be mostly cloudy with a low of 42. Tuesday is keeping with this trend, a chance of showers and mostly cloudy skies during the day with a high near 53. The rain should finally end Tuesday evening, which will have a low of 31. That's your weather for the weekend. Alexis Hilliard has the story on a very special visitor to the Lohr Center and her connection with the other side. Alexis?
Thank you, Hunter. It feels like winter, but where's the snow? Lisa Williams will be at the Lohr's Performing Arts Center at 8 p.m. tonight. Although she's not exactly a performer, Williams is a self-proclaimed medium and can supposedly communicate with those who have passed away. Her goal as a medium is to reach out to people all over the world and reconnect with them and their loved lost ones. Williams starred in 2 Lifetime television shows about her gift and hosts a weekly radio show. Tickets for the show, which includes live audience readings, are now half price. For ticket information, visit the Lohr Center box office. The Cub will be filled with color tomorrow from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. for Ombre Day. Students can create personal fashions or decor pieces using the unique style of dyeing. Ombre Day is sponsored by the Activities Program Board. The Turkey Cup is this Saturday, November 22nd, in the Cub Red Zone. The event features ping pong, pool, and Mario Kart tournaments, along with an NBA 2015 tournament. Sign up today in the game zone. Students should contact the APB at ship.edu for more details on all APB events or visit clubs.ship.edu/APB. Hunger Games fans are lining up to be the first to see the latest release, Mockingjay Part 1. Jennifer Lawrence is back at Katniss Everdeen, and she takes on the Capitol in this 3rd installment of the Hunger Games franchise. If you dress up and go to the early show tonight, tweet us at SUTV News. Well, that's it for today in entertainment. Holly and Laquan, are you going to see the Mockingjay Part 1?
You know, Holly, I actually am going to see Mockingjay tonight, and I am super excited about it.
I actually can't go tonight, so I'm a little disappointed about that. But I'll be checking in with you to see how it was.
Cool.
Also coming up on SUTV News, Raider basketball is off to a hot start.
And Chris Eckstein tells us which player is making the biggest impact. We'll be right back.
Lucy Kaufman's mantle just got a bit more crowded. This week, the senior was named the 2014 USA Field Hockey Division II Player of the Year. Last week, she was named the 2014 PSAC Champion Scholar. Her stats on the field are among the best in the country, but her grade point average, well, that's about 3.9. I'm actually her math tutor. I'm actually not, I made that up, sorry. Also an NCAA Elite 89 winner last year for her academic success. Vicky Tumaz is already making an impact on the court in her first season with the Raiders. The guard was named the PSAC East Women's Freshman Basketball Player of the Week. Tumaz has both come off the bench and started in Ship's first 2 games. She hit 3 three-pointers in her first collegiate game. 7 years ago, Raider basketball had a winning season. That's right, it hasn't been a reality for Ship since 2007. I was still in high school at the time. Now in his second season as head coach, Chris Fight has begun, as he puts it, changing the culture of the team. He knows the process may be slow, but no matter what, he and his team have reason this year to think big.
He's been one of the most promising post players in the PSAC since his first season in 2010. And last season, the Raiders missed him dearly. He's 6'10", 260-pound Dylan Edgar, who injured his knee last preseason and redshirted.
It was a lateral meniscus tear. It's kind of like a 6 to 8 week recovery period. I was officially cleared to play again in January. I kind of knew all along that I wanted to get the red shirt and everything. I had to kind of talk Coach Fight into it, but I think now we're both, happy I did it.
When the injury happened, he had in his mind the progression that he needed to take and that he wanted to take, and he really has kind of been focused and set about doing that, and he came back in great shape this year.
Dylan and Coach Fight have a mutual understanding and respect for one another.
It's nice to have Dylan back. He knows what it takes to win at this level, and he just brings a mindset and a work ethic day in and day out that really lifts the guys around him.
He just brings that intensity and that toughness. I got to kind of sit back and watch him coach and learn from him that way, rather than just immediately going into it and playing for him and having to learn that way. So, I've gained a different perspective of watching him coach. I definitely think it's headed in the right direction.
Dylan wants his team to compete, but more importantly, he wants to leave an impression on the younger players.
Personally, I know that I've left an impact on the guys that I've played with, just as the guys before me have left an impact on me. So I hope to leave that same impact on them.
An injured knee never diminished Dylan's love for the game. Instead, it boosted his appreciation for basketball.
Having gone through what he went through with his injury, I think he realizes that, you can't take anything for granted, and you got to appreciate every opportunity you have.
I can't believe it's already my 5th year and I'm about to graduate in May. It's really crazy how fast time flies. Cherish every moment and push yourself to be the best you can be.
Dylan was named tournament MVP of the Wolf's Bus Lines Classic held at Higas Fieldhouse last weekend. On Monday, he was named the PSAC East Men's Basketball Athlete of the Week. And now let's check out Dylan and his teammates in action last night against Wilmington. Bernadette Koff has the highlights.
Ship looked to hold their undefeated record this season against the Wilmington Wildcats Wednesday night. Ship started strong, making the score 7-0 in the first 3 minutes with 2 steals from Abe Masley. The Wildcats fought back, though, utilizing the outside shot. By halftime, Ship's lead had decreased to 35-34. The second half saw a close game. At 13 minutes, Ponzo Meek's layup tied the game 48-48. Tony Ellis came back with a layup for Ship, and with .07 seconds to go in the game, Jay Hardy forced it into overtime with this 3-pointer. Ship started overtime shutting out the Wildcats until Tavon Griffiths with 2 minutes to go sunk this jumper. Ship was able to hold out though, defeating the Wildcats 80-75. For SUTV Sports, I'm Bernadette Koff.
Ship is off to a 3-0 start. Now, if you remember, the Raiders won just 3 games all last season. Well, that's going to do it for me this week, so I'll see you in 2 weeks. We have next week off for Thanksgiving. Hope everyone has a nice Thanksgiving, and back to those turkeys at the desk.
That's it for SUTV News. I'm Laquan Chapman.
And I'm Holly Hare. As always, follow us on Twitter and Instagram at SUTV News and like our Facebook page. Thanks for joining. We'll see you next time.